Hello, this is Kathi. Welcome back to the Organized and Energized podcast. Today, I'm talking with Tiffany. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Organized and Energized podcast. Today, I'm speaking with Tiffany Cano, and she is the CEO of Highly Perceptive People Academy. She's been getting paid for healing since she was 8 years old. Now, many empaths, intuitives, and transformational workshop leaders and coaches hire her to help them see and heal the blind spots. You know, we all need to find our blind spots, and Tiffany's really, really good at this. So we're going to talk about how to become more clear, how to follow your intuition, how to feel safe, to take confident, empowered action, and own your own sense of self. So in essence, Tiffany gets you even more aligned and congruent so that you can be even better at receiving more money, love, and joy. So we're going to talk right now to Tiffany and learn how to do that. We all need to tap into our inner being and our soul. So let's get going. Hey, Tiffany.
Hey.
Hello. Thanks for backing up a half hour. That's very helpful to me. I had a little, I have my my Get It Done Power Hour group, and I had a little Christmas party for them. So I appreciate you make it a little bit later.
You're welcome. Normally I couldn't, but today, miraculously, I could. So
So much, so much. I have my video off because I just wanted to touch base, because when I turn my camera on, that means they can start the editing, start the podcast.
okay.
So do you have any questions or anything about what we're going to do or what we're up to with this?
Why don't you give me the brief? Like, is it 25 minutes?
Yeah, it's 20, 25 minutes. And it's really like a girlfriend's chat on why you do what you do, how you do it, how can people access you, what do you have to offer them? And basically it's about the journey. And then I want you to give them some tips if they want to tap into their intuition, or whatever you would advise them to do if they're on the path and the quest of either. What I find is most people in this space are reinventing themselves or transforming themselves in some way, and that's why they're drawn to the podcast, is kind of figure out what should they do, how can they transition more fluidly with less stress and that type of thing.
Okay.
So it's just really a chat, and you got the questions, and sometimes I follow the questions.
I haven't looked at the questions. I'll just flow with whatever you ask, I guess.
Yeah, and we need a title for I didn't see a title that you wanted to use. So let's see, do we have your free gift? We
You
don't.
should have my media page with multiple questions, potential topic ideas.
Okay, I have the courses, Highly Energized Advanced People Academy, that one, /CLS, is that?
No.
Okay, you want to drop it into the chat, and I'll drop it into your Trello card. What you want to do.
That's my media page.
Okay, got it.
It's my bio topics questions. But
Well, this is for like a free download or something that you want them to.
Oh, for my free gift,
Yeah,
I
gift.
I
I don't have it in this card.
I know I gave one.
I have how to cut your cords. Oh, it looks like you didn't finish it. Ha! It says need to email. This is her title. How to cut cords to ...
Nope. I mean, I can talk about how to cut cords to your stuff, but
No, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do. I'm just looking at my notes from my VA.
um
We can talk about anything you
do you
want.
want to do for a free gift like cultivating inner strength? Because
Sure.
that one, here, I'll give you that in the chat.
Yeah, that way I'll just put it right into the card and we'll have the correct link for them. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Good. I'm glad we got that
I
out.
have multiple free gifts, so it just kind of
Me too.
depends on the topic. And I know you do various stuff with cleaning, organizing, decluttering. Well, kind of need a little willpower for that.
It's the truth. It's the truth. Absolutely. It takes stamina, baby, and focus. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Okay. I think I am ready. Let me get a little drink of water. I like that whole idea. Ah, okay. Haven't looked at myself on camera. Hopefully I'm okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me for the Organized Energized podcast today. I'm speaking with Tiffany Cano, and we are going to talk about perception, intuition, all the things that you can do to make your life easier and actually a more fun journey. So welcome to the show, Tiff.
Thank you so much. Yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Yeah, I love this topic because I think that everyone has intuition and everybody has that, but a lot of people don't use it or tap into it or even recognize that they have it. So talk to me a little bit about your background. I know you started at 8 years old helping people. How did that work in your life? How did you begin?
Well, when I was 8, I was at my dad's barn. He's a horse trainer, and I was doing something that looked like massage. And he suggested that I charge for it, $1 for 10 minutes. So I did. He doesn't remember telling me, but that's how it started. And I've just always been able to see energy and heal since I was a small kid. Started studying with different healing masters from 13 years onward and have been honing and refining my skills ever since. And, now I've been teaching transformation workshops for almost 3 decades and have a ton of content, like over 30 online courses and I don't know, 17 guided meditations and various things in my library.
Yeah. So when you were working with the horse, you had intuitively known where to massage them and help them. Is that what you were
No,
saying at the
I
beginning?
was working on people, but
Oh, you
I
were helping people.
at that time, yes, but I've also done healing on horses and animals, but when I started it was on people.
Okay. Now I understand. So, what do you feel is the biggest blind spot? I know, you're a blind spot healer. What do you feel is the biggest blind spot with people that you work with that are trying to move forward in one sense or another?
Well, blind spots to me are the things that are oftentimes hidden from us unless we do a lot of consciousness work and self reflection to discover it. But it's usually in our subconscious mind. There's old wounds, old traumas, negative imprints, negative beliefs, and it can affect us in every single area of life. And some of the most common core wounds are feeling unloved, unsafe, unheard, misunderstood, don't belong, unworthy, undeserving. And so when these are vibrating, it makes it pretty loud and hard to sometimes more easily manifest your goals. So, in terms of organizing and decluttering and getting your life and your home space, your office space all bright and shiny, a lot of times there's different wounds and traumas underneath that that also need to be healed so that it's easier for you to take action. So, for example, um, a trauma of with a freeze response or a flee, like you just want to avoid avoid doing it, or maybe numb out so you don't have to like feel it. Well, usually there's something underneath that that also has to be released and healed so that that trauma response doesn't show up and block you from taking action.
Absolutely. I remember one of my clients years ago. She would go, she had to eat frequently. So she'd go into the kitchen, I'd hear the blender going, and I'd be like, okay, she'll be back. And then she didn't come back, and the blender was going and going, going. And I went out there. She was actually vacuuming her living room instead of coming back in for the organizing session. And that was definitely something, that had to be healed in her, that she just, and she didn't even like to clean house, but she would prefer to vacuum than to deal with her stuff. So I'm with you on that. I think that clutter is a big indicator of something that's a diseased, within them,
Mhm.
for sure.
It's an
So
outer reflection of some inner clutter, some inner blocks.
mhm, mhm. And then some people say, well, I'm just, I love my clutter and I know where everything is. And what would you say to them about that?
There's probably a deeper wound and or belief around scarcity, fear and lack, and that is driving them from wanting to hold on and grasp it so that they don't lose themselves or a part of themselves. People put a lot of meaning onto their things,
Yeah,
and some people pile up physically like mounds of papers and clutter around them as a form of self-protection.
absolutely.
And so that's why a lot of times when people declutter and they get rid of those piles, they emotionally and mentally feel better, more clear, more energized. And yet some people, they freak out because now all of a sudden there's like a vulnerability and nakedness. Like, I don't have that protection anymore. But if you do the emotional healing along with it, then it's easier and more sustainable.
Yeah, I'm so with you on that. Yeah. Clients will scream, yell, cry, retreat, whatever. And we all have different ways to work through our stuff, but I do know that when you have more space in your life, you're better able to thrive. So even it might be a painful process to let go, but learning how to let go, of course, is the key, because it's all the time, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
So what's one lesson that your business has taught you over the years? You've been doing this for so long. What would be a big learning lesson that you've learned from clients that you've worked with?
Gosh, so many. No matter if you're trying to grow your business or try to up level your home space, your office space, there's always something within yourself that inwardly needs some TLC. Like every expansion of my business requires a cleansing and expansion of me. Like I have to go in and purge, declutter more layers of things that I haven't yet healed so that it's safe to grow and expand and be more public and put myself out there in bigger ways. Like in this upcoming year, I have 3 transformation movies that I'm going to be in, but there's no way I would have felt safe enough to be in any of those movies if I hadn't been already doing a ton of work on it's safe to be seen, it's safe to be public, it's safe to be vulnerable, right? Because being in a major movie actually is pretty out there, right? So no matter if it's, something on the big screen or something just within your life, maybe you even want to get healthier. And so you use the cleaning, the organizing of your space as an outward demonstration to facilitate more inner healing.
Yeah, it's an outward affirmation. Just taking
Hmm.
steps forward to clearing anything is an affirmation that, hey, I am going to move forward. So I
Hmm.
love that, and I think it's such a timely. Oh, I'm so glad that we're doing it now at like the year beginning change, because we are all have our lofty goals and our dreams, what we're going to do in 2025 as we start down the road. And I truly am with you on agreeing that you need to clear out some stuff. Or I should say, I shouldn't say it should, but it helps to clear out a lot of old stuff if you want new stuff to enter. Let's just put it.
Hmm.
So if you're looking for some big, huge, lofty thing, like you say, and being in 3 movies, you have to really do a lot of work to clear out the patterns to enable yourself to just move forward, full steam ahead with it, without the little, on the shoulder people talking to you, right? Or
Hmm.
yeah. If you had to look back on your 18-year-old self and give her some
Hmm.
advice, what would you tell Tiffany, the girl who's just getting out of high school, just kind of finding her way? What type of tips would you give her?
I'd teach her how to have better, healthier, energetic boundaries so that she wouldn't take things so personally and absorb as much funk and negative energies. I would have tried to save her, from that. I probably would have also warned her to stay away from certain guys that she was interested in college. And
Boys, the bad boys. Yeah, yeah.
yes. But one good thing that I did for her in real life was I created a club that was a metaphysical club because there wasn't anything like that, and I wanted to attract more spiritually minded people and healers, and I had different people come in and speak, like a Reiki master and a hypnotherapist and a chiropractor, and like all these various people to come in and contribute to us college kids. And it was so fun.
Nice, nice. That's really cool. I was just reading something about that somewhere else that, if you want to enlarge your circle of influence, and you host events, and you create clubs, and then you're educating everybody else, and at the same time you're getting educated, at the same time you're all growing and learning and booming. So that was pretty smart for college. And you could draw together, all the people would come out of the woodwork that you really didn't know, right? Were
Hmm.
of that lean. That's pretty smart. That's good. So that's good advice that you actually followed yourself. I love it. So as you've been going through your career, I know that creating boundaries and creating, protection for yourself is super important as an empath. If you What would you say was your biggest challenge? Was that your biggest challenge, you feel, as started thriving with what you're doing with your business, was creating those boundaries? And or what would you consider would be your biggest challenge and obstacle going forward as a business owner doing this?
Well, I can tell you that when I understood what an actual boundary was
Mm.
and became aware that I was not having that, I actually had some defensive guards and walls and shields up, not an actual healthy, energetic boundary. Once
Mm.
I dropped those walls and started creating healthy boundaries, that first year, my income doubled.
Mm.
And so I was able to start letting in more good things and being unavailable for some negative things that really didn't suit me. When you have healthier boundaries, it's easier to have the clear yeses, clear nos. It's easier to discern what is yours and what is other people's. So, what are my thoughts? What are my emotions versus the hodgepodge of enmeshed energies that a lot of empaths feel because they are feelers. So they feel a ton of stuff, good and not so good. And when you start having those energetic boundaries, you can say, like, oh, it's her sadness. Oh, it's his anger, not mine.
Mhm.
And then, there's an easier way to be with it. Also, you get less triggered. You just don't take things personally. It's easier to let in money. It's easier to let in love and joy and happiness. It's easier to listen to your intuition and discern that it's actually intuition. I do a lot of teaching on the difference between higher intuition, lower intuition, what's actually intuition and what's like an ego voice, what's a little like gremlin talking, right? So that you can discern that. And when it comes back to organizing your life, your home, your business, if it's the quality of the voice, where it's coming from matters. Like the highest form of intuition is usually the softest. It's like hearing those whispers from your soul, right? Where our ego voices are pretty freaking loud and you can like feel them like, in your gut kind of a energy. So it takes training to open up to be able to hear the more accurate forms of higher intuition.
And I agree when you get rid of the loud voices screaming at you and you create those boundaries. That's very helpful. And I learned a long time ago, it's never about me. It's never
Mhm.
you. It's always about them, right? The one finger forward, four fingers back. And then you can become more empowered to realize that it's not you that's really doing anything to the other person, it's the other person doing it to themselves. And it's nothing that they can do to you because I have to choose to do it to myself. And I think it's a real empowering thing to know. I mean, I remember exactly where I was parked, what year it was, what had just happened when that hit me like that. And that's a big freedom. And so, anybody listening out there, if you have that inclination to think that it's you that's doing stuff to other people or other people are doing stuff to you, oh, right?
Yeah, and if you need help with learning how to start discerning that or seeing what is blocking you from, you know, taking that next step to
Mhm.
up level yourself personally or professionally, I'll gift your audience a free 15-minute blind spot strategy session with me where they can just go to callwithtiffany.com and pick that up and I'll help you.
Fantastic. That's great. Which leads us into that's an amazing free gift. And that's very valuable, gang, for those who are out there listening. Go ahead and grab that while she's available, because when she's at
Right.
movie star, she's going to be too busy to take your phone.
Get
So
it now before
get
all the
it
movies
now.
come out because
Yeah. So say it again. What's the link?
callwithtiffany.com,
Oh, it's
Tiffany.
perfect. Do it up, girl. Do it. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. And
Uh-huh.
and I have another gift for you guys too, because um it's more like a guided meditation, guided healing. It's called Cultivating Inner Strength. That one doesn't have a pretty link, so you'll just have to look at the show notes for that one. But yeah, I think you'd enjoy that as well.
Fantastic. That's great. I love it. Okay, so is there anything that I should have asked you that you really wanted to talk about today that I've kind of left off? Or any final words?
I'm just happy to love and serve um and I would say for those that want to up level, be brave. It really takes bravery to do this inner work, to see what's in your shadow, what's in your blind spot, what's blocking you from, making that next $100,000 or, doing something more like opening your heart to love in a deeper way. There's so much bravery. Do you know that in the Bhagavad Gita, there's a chapter. It's chapter 16. It's called the 26 soul qualities. The first soul quality is fearlessness.
Yeah.
Because if you don't cultivate being fearless, then people can pretty much fizzle out on this, bumpy little spiritual path that we're often on, right? The goal isn't smooth. The goal is how fast can I recover myself as different life challenges, lessons, and karma happens. It's like, how quickly can I come back to my soul self, my real self, my divine self? And, you know, that happens easier and faster when you do spiritual practices like breathing, meditation, journaling, doing that inner work. So, if you need any help with that, just reach out and I'm here happy to contribute in my small way and help you.
And your small way is a big way. You're a super.
Thank you.
As you're saying that, fearlessness from the Bhagavad Gita, which I'm familiar with, that passage. For me, it has a lot to do with being able to embrace change without fear. So because change happens all the time, and if you can just say, oh yeah, okay, that's going on, and not freak out and not be in fear about what will happen next,
Mm-hmm.
then it's also a way to create fearlessness. And it's true because yeah, I love that. That's a major quality. And it's interesting that everybody that I interview on this podcast, we teach the same thing with different words. We teach forward, we teach how to transform. And that's what it's really all about, is just grab whatever bit as you're listening to anything that you can grab onto. And you can say, okay, today I'm going to do this, and I will do this, and this will help me embrace my fearless quality and learn to be not fearless about much, right? Because back to what we talked about, it's never about you anyhow, right? It's always about it's never about them, it's about you and your inner work and how you're going to react to whatever it is that comes to you. So I really appreciate you, Tiffany, and I appreciate this time. And I love the idea of the offer for the free blind spot reading. So everybody go to Tiffany's link and also grab the meditation that'll be in the show notes below. So thank you for your time. I very much appreciate you. And I will see you soon, I'm sure, in the big screen.
My pleasure. Yes, look for Frequencies of Miracles. Frequency of Miracles, that's in spring or summer. And then Pillars of Power, Discovering the Hidden Secrets Behind Achieving Greatness, that's in the fall. And then Rise of the Lioness, The Power of Feminine Leadership, that's in winter 2025, early 2026.
Brilliant, brilliant. We cannot wait to see it. We actually should put those links in the notes as well, or at least the name, so people can look out for them. So we'll make sure to do that. Okay,
Fantastic.
thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
We will speak soon. Take care. Thank you for your
Bye.
time. Okay, bye-bye. Excellent. Good job. So we have Pillars of Power. Tell me the names again. Pillars of Power.
Here. Um, they're on my media page, but Pillars of Power,
I'm going to write them right here in the show notes for them.
Frequency of Miracles. Oh, this one's spring here. I'll write that too.
Okay, Frequency of Miracles.
Spring, summer 2025. Pillars is in the fall, and then
Okay,
Rise of the Lioness is winter 2025.
perfect.
There we go.
Got it. Rise of the Lioness. That's cool.
Yeah. Which, by the way, if you know anybody who might want to experience a movie media package, I'm casting for for Pillars of Power and Rise of the Lioness as part of the Los Angeles Tribune's movies. I'm one of the producers.
Oh, okay. So who are you looking for? Who's
Here,
your
do you want
person?
me to just put my pitch decks in here?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, I will do that. Um, so while I'm doing
Which
that,
is for the LA newspaper?
um, LA Tribune.
LA Tribune. Okay.
Yeah, so it's an entire year of media. The movie is just kind of the cherry on top. Mm,
So do they have a
so
grant out? Uh,
pitch deck. Don't make these links public, but it's okay if you wanted to share them with potential JVs or something. But don't put these ones in the show notes. The pitch decks. I mean,
you got it.
we will have a separate website for each movie. Um,
Of course.
yeah. So right now for Pillars of Power, we are pretty much full on the overview movie. We're finishing filming next month. And then Q2, we're filming the overview for Lioness. And then Q3, we're filming the first of the 5 pillars, which is the money matrix. And then, Q4, we'll do an additional Lioness movie. So basically, there's 6 movies in Pillars of Power. So the overview film, and then one for money, relationships, health, mental wellness, and spirituality. So we need specific people, for like each of those categories. And then for Rise of the Lioness, there's 8 movies. So after the overview film, then it's power of feminine leadership in business will get its own movie. Sports will get its own movie. Media will get its own movie. Education, arts and culture, so they're all going to get their own separate. And
And
so,
San Diego had a media grant last year. Is LA doing it with a media grant? Is that how it's working?
um, I am not familiar with us having grants. I just know that we have a huge marketing budget compared to like most documentaries where it's grassroots and they don't have any budget. This one, you know, there's like $1 million marketing budget for
Okay.
each movie. So, which is rare.
Yeah, very rare.
And this is, as I said, like an entire year's worth of media. So it's in addition to the movie, it's a podcast episode, chapter in a book, multiple speaking opportunities, press releases, articles, book launch, red carpet, mixers and galas, um,
That's awesome.
branding pictures, having uh, a web page for the movie that then when you click on the cast member, it takes them to their own special web page that then has their picture, their bio, links to their IMDb page, links to their website, links to their free opt-in gift. So,
Okay.
yeah, lots of ways to get exposure.
Excellent. Okay. I'll go ahead
Yeah.
and check that
Yeah,
out.
and it's pay to play and the packages start at 20K.
Okay, perfect. Awesome.
And then if you refer someone who ends up buying, I can, set you up with the referral fee.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Tiffany. You have
My
yourself a
pleasure.
wonderful holiday,
Thank
and
you. You too.
I look forward to seeing you next year at some point.
All right.
Okay, take care.
Oh, did you want to be in my summit? I thought I gave you info about that. Do you recall?
I
Here's the,
quite honestly, I don't remember, but hand me the link and I will.
there you go.
Global Heart Activator. Okay, got it. Yeah, I'll check it out. I have a little bit of time before my next podcast, so I'll check it out right.
Awesome.
Thanks, Tiff.
Cool. All right. You're welcome. Bye-bye.